All right, Shalom. We're going to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashum, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashum, Rakakwadash.
and double honors unto our elder apostles, our elders at Great Millstone, GMS. Peace and blessings unto the elect. All right, this the brothers from the GMS Houston camp, the brother Azaria,
Brother Abadia.
and we just gonna go into Revelation the 13th chapter. We're gonna start at verse 9 because we want to speak on the image of the beast. You know, because you got many doctrines out there that are off. I mean,
Right.
just that's all it is. They teaching the wrong thing. You know, like we was talking about earlier. Like when it come to Easter, they'll go all into that word.
Right.
You know, they'll look that word up and all of that. But when they come into this word image, it's like they just take it for face value and don't go into the word.
Same thing for St. John 3:16.
Yes.
They'll go into the
Oh.
word world. That's how
Yep.
let's just deal with, for an example, all the One West groups.
Yeah.
They know what John 3:16 is talking about based upon going into that word world, you know? And all these groups, I think except for GOCC, Sakari, and it may be others that I maybe somebody, I think HODC, they understand they know what the MOTB is, they just don't push it.
Right.
You know, so going into the image of the beast, if you don't know what the image of the beast is, if you don't know what the beast is, if you don't know what the image of the beast is, you're not gonna know what the MOTB is.
Yeah, of course.
And that's the reason for going into the image of the beast, because you got to know what that is to understand what
Yes.
the MOTB is.
Yes.
You want to start up right here?
9, con.
I read it.
Okay, con.
All right, Revelation 13:9. If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here's the patience and the faith of the saints.
Con. And see, before we had started the lesson, we was just talking, you know, building in the spirit on this lesson. And that's the reason why we started verse 9. Because verse 9 through 10, and really in 10, it lets you know who it sets up it sets the stage for. Okay, you got the ones that went into captivity, which are the saints, okay? And then you got the one that led them into captivity. So what it's letting you know is, right here, you got the righteous and you got the wicked, okay?
Right.
The wicked being Esau, Edom.
That's
okay?
it.
So yeah.
Continue. All right.
And the saints are the Israelites.
Right.
Okay.
According to, what's that, Psalm 148:14?
Yes.
I believe.
And this scripture is letting you know who the wicked is too, because who did this? Who led the saints into captivity? And who has them in captivity right now? He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword.
Right.
Okay? And they led us into captivity, all the tribes. All right? And when you go into Psalms, the 83rd chapter, it lets you know who our arch enemy is, because they named first. Edom is named first,
right,
in the list of enemies.
So it is setting up the stage. The scriptures is letting us know who the who this is talking about. Mm-hmm. And really, you started verse 1. Mm-hmm. You know, which we're not gonna do, but you started the top. This whole chapter is talking about this man. Yes. It's talking about Esau, Edom, and then the rise and fall of this man.
Right.
You know?
And that's really what this whole story is about. Jacob and Esau, which these so-called Christians, they can't get it, man. They drunk on Jesus juice. But let's go ahead.
All right. Revelation 13:11, it says, and I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth. And I want to say this real quick. Mm-hmm. This beast is ultimately the beast we know is NATO and the EU.
Yep.
In America. But the crown of the beast, or the capital of the beast, is Babylon the Great, America.
Yes.
So this is the beast in the form of America right here. Even though this whole chapter is dealing with the beast, NATO, the EU, right?
Yep.
So reading on, I start back from the top. It says, "And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb."
Now, mind you, it said another beast.
Exactly.
You see? So there's a previous beast.
Right.
You got to know who the previous beast is. And you got to know who the present day one is.
That's right.
And see, that's... Salaki, go ahead, all right?
It says, read the last part again. It says, "And he had two horns like a lamb."
Yep.
So going back to the first beast is talking about what? Another beast. So the other beast is the first beast, which is talking about the Roman Empire.
Yep.
Okay. It says, and back in the Roman Empire, you had the plebeians and you had the patricians.
Yes.
So what is this new beast talking about? I just said it. It's talking about America, Babylon the Great, which is part of the beast system. The way it really is the dictator to the beast system.
Right.
You know? And it said, and then they have what? The Democrats and the Republics.
Yes.
You see how this thing it matches
together.
up? Yeah.
Both got a two-party system. You see? Because the government structure, really everything is mimicked after ancient Rome.
Right.
Everything here in America, aka Babylon the Great, is just mimicking the first beast.
Because it is the first
exactly.
beast. It's the I don't know if we read it. But yeah, this is the beast that was wounded but not on the death.
Yep.
And I think we're gonna read that getting down here. Yeah. But anyway, going back up to Revelation 13 and 11, it says, "And he spake as a dragon."
Right.
Which is going into draconian law that's gonna come down the pipe.
Which they already implementing. They already pushing little
right
things that are draconian measures.
Yep.
And there's a lot of people that's waking up and seeing it. You hearing that word draconian a lot more. I had never heard that word before growing up. But now I'm hearing it more even in the mainstream news. Draconian measures. Draconian law.
That's right. So this man had this system set up, pushing that Democrat, which is part of his wine, pushing that democratic process under this democratic republic system, which goes back to what? Rome.
Yes.
You see? But really, what's going to come down the pike is what we're seeing is this draconian extreme law. And that's pretty much what draconian law is punishments, breaking laws, small laws, and getting
big
extreme
time,
punishments behind that.
Yes.
So it's going on to verse 12. It says, "And he exercised all the power of the first beast before him." Who is this talking? The scriptures is verse by verse is breaking it down. It's giving you more context clues.
Yes.
So he's exercising. Matter of fact, I want to get this word exercise. And I'll let Esau give the pronunciation.
Strong's G 4160. Poieo. Poieo.
So it says, for the word exercise, was that Revelation 13 and 12? All right. It says to make with the names of things made, to produce, construct, form, fashion, to be the authors of, to cause. Check out. It say he exercises, so he produced, he constructed.
Yes.
Or construct, form, fashion.
Yep.
To produce, we really could stop right there.
Yeah.
I want to go back. It also say constitute or appoint one anything to appoint or ordain one that. But and you can read the rest of them. We don't go back, but I like the it says to produce. What else it says?
Execute.
To construct, execute, to form, to fashion.
Yes.
So we go back to Revelation 13 and 12, and it says, and he exercised all the power of the first beast. Before him, he fashioned everything after the first beast.
Yes.
He constructed everything
Yes.
based upon the first beast. Who
Yes.
did that?
Yes.
America.
Exactly. Hence.
And the rest of the beasts.
Yeah.
You know, and the whole, NATO and the EU.
Yeah, the whole system.
Yeah.
And that's why here on the screen we both got well, that brother got a different background on his, but we both have Roman architecture on the screen. Because we was talking about like every city got a courthouse.
And not only a courthouse, a whole district.
Yes, court, yes. Yep, sure, yep.
But you got it right.
Yeah. And when you go and you look at the architecture, the way that the laws are set up, it's all Romanesque.
Yep. All the law go back to Latin. If you want to learn law, if you become a lawyer, you got to learn those Latin terms.
Yes.
With these different laws go back to Latin.
Yes.
What does that go back to?
Yes.
Rome.
That's it.
Because the language of the Roman, the primary language of the Roman Empire was Latin. Though you had an amalgamation of different languages.
Yeah.
Oh, that's another thing. The Roman Empire was really the first melting pot.
Yeah. Yep.
You see, well, all nations come up under the umbrella of Rome.
Yeah.
Being a Roman citizen. Paul was a Roman citizen.
Yep. You even got a saying they say, when in Rome, do as the Romans. Because they all doing the same thing. But they all, they was all different.
Yep. This is the only country, let's jump to America, where you can be Chinese American, Mexican American. Your actual nationality, in front of it, they put America.
Yeah.
But don't know where else. You can't do that nowhere else in the earth. If you in Iran and you live over there for a long time and Iran, and you're not gonna all of a sudden be saying I'm Iranian. You're not gonna say that. This is where I live, but this is where I'm from.
I'm from America.
But people come over, I'm an American.
Yep.
Like damn near like your whole nationality didn't change.
Yes.
But this place is all about leaving your nationality, leaving your culture, and assimilating to the beast system.
Yep.
To the beast way of life.
Right.
Reading on, it says, and he called it the earth, and them that dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed. Mm-hmm. And that healing of the first beast, which we already, the apostles, elders, and we always touch on this topic. It say the first beast, Salakia.
And 12. Want me to read it?
Yeah, you can read it, Salakia.
Revelation 13 and 12, and he Salakia. Because you was at the
mid part of the verse.
So I start right at and calls it the earth, and all them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed.
Right, the wound was healed. That Roman Empire seemed as in history it was destroyed.
Right.
It really wasn't. It was just wounded.
Right.
All right, and it came back into fruition in the mid 1300s, late to early mid 1400s.
Yep.
Okay, that's when that deadly wound was being healed.
Yep. It's like Rome got stabbed, and then Esau came and revised it.
Right.
He stitched Rome up, put bandages on Rome, and started exercising him
Right.
until he finally came back. He was revised.
And how do we and with some clues to let us know this?
Right.
What was that time period called? It was called a Renaissance
Yep.
period, meaning rebirth. Rebirth of what?
Exactly.
Of the Roman Empire. You see? Also going in when you go into the establishment of the EU, when it went from the European Economic Community
Right.
and switched over to the European Union, that was called, I believe that was called the Treaty of Rome.
Yep. And anybody can. Anybody can look this up.
Right.
Yeah.
So moving on, we at Revelation 13 and 13.
Yeah.
It says, and he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire cometh down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men.
Yep.
And we've seen this man do that, you know. One account is Hiroshima, Nagasaki.
Yep.
All right.
The Bikini Islands.
What is what? So what he makes fire come down from heaven through his technology, his war technology or his weapons technology, in the form of missiles, guns, but it's really dealing with his missile technology.
Yes. And no other nation has done that. No other nation has dropped atomic bombs or anything to that degree on another nation.
Verse 14, it says, and he deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast. And ultimately, that's going into this man's technologically advanced system. See, that's another thing too that we gotta mention is that America, NATO, the EU is coming in the likeness of the Roman Empire. Which is the same empire, just it was wounded and it came but not on the death, it came back.
Yep.
You see? So at the end of this beast, it's the same, it's really the same beast, you know? It's the same beast. The end of it is going to be a highly technologically advanced system.
Yes.
Which we see right now. We living in this.
It's already set up and ready to go.
Right.
And he wants to take the people and make them a part of that system. He wants them to be cyborgs, man.
Yeah.
He wants people to be attached to his control.
Transgender. I mean, not gender. Human.
Humanism. Yes. You know.
Meaning cyborg, part human, part technology.
Yes. Because this man, he got a God complex.
And not technology in the form of you holding a device or being able to put a device in in your ear,
right,
or some headphones on, or watch something on a screen.
Right.
No, it actually becomes a part of your genetic makeup.
Yes.
And we're gonna get to that.
Yeah.
Here in a minute.
And I mean, it's already out there. It's people that's already getting in it. You know, that's already getting into that system. They already linking into it in that form, man.
Right.
And it's all over the YouTube. It's out there for everybody to see. So that's the thing, like with these other guys, like, what is this about? Explain this through the scriptures.
Right.
Explain people going getting these things put in them. Let me just say that, so they don't take the video down. Where do that fit in the scriptures then?
Right.
Because they gotta be in the scriptures. That's some major shit.
What's going on here in these last days gotta be in the scriptures.
Got to be.
So what's the wave of the century? This man's technology, how he synced everything together to where devices can communicate with each other through
AI.
Bluetooth signals. Yeah,
Yes.
through signals
Yes.
and frequencies, Wi-Fi,
Yes.
Bluetooth. You see, everything is able to sync through that.
Yes. The World Wide Web.
Right. If you want to get on the web, how do you get web access? You got to have a Wi-Fi signal.
Yep.
It's the only you can't get on the web if you're not connected.
Yeah. You got
You know.
And that's how this man is gonna make the people dependent on this system. Because if you're not connected to the system, the scriptures tell you won't be able to buy or sell.
Exactly. That's it. This right here is explaining. If you gotta know what the beast is, you gotta know what the image of the beast
Yes.
is. This will let you know what looking up words what the MOTB is.
Yes.
And going in back to this man's technology, that's what the miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast. That's what that's talking about. Even all his that goes into everything, his weapon technology,
Yep.
all of that, nuclear capabilities.
Yep.
So verse 15 it says, this is Revelation 13:15, and he had power to give life onto the image of the beast. Let's go into this word image, Salakia, real
Yes.
quick.
Strong's G 1504. Icon. Icon.
Okay, so for the word image, that's Revelation 13:13. Oh no, 15. We're in 15. Yeah, we're in verse 15.
Yeah, come. And it's G1504.
All right, it says an image, figure, likeness. It says an image of the things, the heavenly things used of the moral likeness of renewed men of the So it's not talking about none of this. It's talking about the likeness.
Yes.
The likeness. It also is down in B. It says the image of one in whom the likeness of anyone is seen. So this we talking about he. What the scriptures is saying he, referring to the beast, America, NATO, the EU. It says it's coming in the likeness of the Roman Empire.
Yes. And mine just say a likeness that is literally. See? And that's it. It just say that a likeness, man. So it's like Rome. It's just like Rome, man. Everything about this place is just like Rome. It's ruled the same way. The architecture is the same way.
Entertainment.
Yes, the same
Especially
thing.
dealing with the sports world.
Yes.
The whole Coliseum concept, arena concept.
Yep. Arenas.
Come from the arenas,
the
during the Roman Empire. Yeah. The Coliseum was the grand. That was the grand.
Yeah, that's where
that was the grand, and it was in where? Where was that Coliseum at? The biggest arena you could go to was the Coliseum was in Rome.
Yep.
You see that? That's why these stadiums are so gigantic.
Yes.
You see that whole concept goes back to the Coliseum.
Yep.
Grand arenas. What you was saying?
Ain't it a stadium in Cali?
Yeah, I think the
Coliseum?
Oakland Raiders stadium is called a Coliseum.
See
that? Watch. If
That's
you
why
went
I'm
on
trying
there,
to look it up.
Oakland Raider Coliseum. I mean stadium.
The Coliseum in California.
According to Wikipedia, the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum is a multi-purpose stadium in the Exposition Park neighborhood of Los Angeles, California.
Type in Oakland Raiders Stadium. Name of Oakland Raiders Stadium.
Oakland Raiders Stadium.
According to Wikipedia, Oakland Coliseum,
Okay.
currently branded as ring California.
Okay.
She said Coliseum twice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so see?
Ring Central Coliseum Stadium in Oakland. And they have more than football in that Coliseum.
That's it.
The same thing was going on in ancient Rome.
Yep.
You see, you had all these games, okay, and all of that stuff is set up as a distraction, just like it is today. All these sports and all this shit, man. Watch how much that stuff matter in that day. It's not gonna matter at all. But here it is, something that's, you know, detrimental to your salvation, and Jake don't want to hear it. That's amazing, man.
And Jake don't want to hear it, and then you got going back to these other groups. These other groups, okay, they teaching that salvation is only for the nation of Israel, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Well, without knowing this information, you have to know this in the scriptures.
Yes.
You really can't. You're not giving them the information they need to be saved.
Yeah.
Just knowing you're an Israelite and keeping the laws,
Right.
statutes, and commandments is not gonna cut it. And actually, going into the image and the image of the beast and the MOTB, by taking that MOTB, you're breaking the law.
Yes.
That's a grand sin. Anyway, let's get back to Revelation 13:15. It says, I read it from the top. It says, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, the likeness of the Roman Empire.
Yes.
In other words, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause as many as would not worship the image of the beast to be killed.
Yep.
So now leading into this next verse,
Yep.
something is gonna have to happen to where if you don't buy into this system, okay, or this image, this likeness of this beast, which is this system that we currently under,
Yes.
you're gonna be in a position where you're gonna get put to death.
Yes.
You even in the sense of not being able to survive. Look, you can't live without this system.
Yeah.
You know, if you're not on the grid, how you gonna get groceries from the grocery store? How you gonna even operate in this society?
Right.
You see?
Right. And everything costs, and they may come with a universal basic income.
Right.
They may crash the whole world system.
Yep. And I was gonna say too, and leading into this the 16th verse, everybody is gonna have to do something to vow to this system that they worship the system. And that's what this next verse is all about. When you get that, take it, or let's read it, matter of fact, we'll get into it.
Come on.
It says, and he called it all, both small and great, rich and poor, to receive, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. And that's the MOTB.
Yep.
You see? And that's really going to be any and everybody that's a part of this system, that where it says, if you don't, that worship the image of the beast, to show that you worship the image of the beast, you're going to have his mark. That's the way you pledging your allegiance to this system.
Yes. He's basically branding you.
Right, and it's all through this technology capability.
Right.
Through this biometric system that's set up.
Right. And he's gonna use celebrities. He's gonna use athletes and all of these idols that they got set up already. Okay. Cause all of these guys, they all set up, man.
And they all tied into the image of the beast. Meaning these people are into the system.
Yes.
So what's the system of the wrong? What's the what is this system comprised of? Democracy.
Yep.
Christianity.
Yeah. Yep.
The LGBTQ plus.
Yep.
Abominable acronym.
Yep.
Okay. Entertainment. Debauchery.
Propaganda.
Yep. Central banking.
Yes.
So to have access to this system, especially they know the average person is worried about the entertainment.
Right.
Okay? And you know they can keep y'all on the stream with this this voting stuff, but that's gonna be out the window.
Right.
That's why I say up in the 10th verse where it talks about on the 11th verse, he had two horns like a lamb, but he spake as a dragon. That old Democratic Republic guard, that's not part of the
right.
NWO. This man's NWO.
The so-called Constitution, none of that is part of it.
Right.
It's gonna be what we say to do and how we say to do it, or you're going. First of all, you better take this thing.
Right.
Number two, you better do everything that we tell you to do, because this is a credit-based system. It's like that movie, Demolition Man.
Demolition Man,
Yeah.
right.
When you said a curse word, you got a ticket. Everything you better act and do everything how he say to do it.
And there was extreme punishment.
Yes.
Behind small offenses.
Yes.
In that movie.
Yes. So you gonna have to do everything, or whoever these.
And they had that in there. In the movie,
Yes.
they had that MOTB was in the movie.
That's it.
So check that out.
And you see the one, just to make a little point, because you brought up the LGB, the abominable acronym. The guy that was the corrupt guy, I don't know if he was a governor or what, but he had the assistant that was always with him. There was a couple of moles, man. The assistant was a straight up mole, man. It was clear he was a straight up mole. And that show you what type of people these are. The wicked, man. They some freaks.
Yep.
Hell, you gotta be a freak in your mind to want to push what they wanting to get up and going. They want to have total control. And I'm glad you had brought up that about the central banks. The countries that don't want no central banking system in their country, they get rid of them. Like Gaddafi, for an example. No, everybody's gonna play this game. This thing, this MO to the T to the B is gonna be a global thing, man.
Yes, a global thing. That's it.
This worldwide, this temptation, this is gonna affect everybody on this planet.
Right. Basically, like this man, the so-called white man, his mindset is this gonna be a beast takeover. We already got control of the world, pretty much.
Yeah.
You know. When this man is going down, man.
Yeah.
Because in the same breath, these other nations got power.
Yeah.
And then coming against this man.
Yep.
You know? But that's another topic for another time.
Come on.
But you want to end this on the 17th verse? Or we don't need to bring it out?
Bring out 17.
Yeah,
come
I'll
on. Yeah.
It says, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark.
You see, you ain't gonna be able to participate.
And nothing. And the main thing is
Yeah.
buying and selling of groceries.
Yeah, food.
That's also a part of this. That's a part of this system.
Yes, and he's totally made that. It's nearly everybody is dependent on his grocery stores.
Yes, exactly.
On his Walmart.
On his Walmart. That's it.
Yes.
Every city, even the smallest town
The
has a Walmart.
Amazons.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah. Well, out there in that little ass town, a fucking super Walmart.
Yeah, they everywhere.
Yeah, they everywhere.
Finishing off
Come
the
on,
verse,
yeah.
it says, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name.
Come on. Yeah. So I mean that's his system in a nutshell. You ain't gonna be able to be a part of his system, and unless you got that thing.
Right.
But the point of this whole lesson was that this is the likeness of Rome.
That's right.
This is the revised Roman Empire. This is Rome all over again. This is that beast.
Right, and that likeness, image.
Yes.
So if you don't know it, so if you think the image is like over there at IUIC, Nate teaching the image of the beast is Caesar Borgia, you really don't understand the scriptures,
That
and
don't
you really
make
don't
no
have no
damn
business
sense.
teaching the scriptures.
No.
Because if you write on everything else and you get this wrong,
You done.
you didn't lead the congregation down the path
Yes.
of destruction.
Yes. You know, and there's gonna be some guys over there that swallow their pride and the spirit get on them to understand this at some point, you know.
Right.
Because you know they got elect up. We believe that there are elect members throughout these other camps, man.
Right. You probably got a lot of guys that secretly
Watching
believe,
Great-
watching
yeah.
Great Millstone and believe in
Yeah.
this. Yeah, but you better come out.
Show-
come out.
yeah,
and come out quick.
Cause we ain't got much longer, and they will. The ones that
Yeah,
are,
yeah,
they
they
going
should.
to.
That's
Yep.
right.
You know, shit. I didn't have nothing else. Shit, we can close on that.
With that, Lord willing, edification went out.
Con.
Once again, we want to give our praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashum, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashum, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings on to the elect. Shalom.
Shalom.